Danny, nobody likes to see another person lose a job, whether it be in football or any other walk of life. And I know that you want to say a few words following the news today that Mark Yates is set to leave the Moss Rose.
Yeah, it's not a nice situation to be in. Obviously, it's the nature of the beast. It does happen in football. Managers come and go, and it's like I say, it's a results-based business, and we've not been getting the results that we should have been getting. So, in a way, you can kind of see why it's happened. But there was no one that worked harder than he did. He was in early every day working his socks off. Just didn't quite happen for whatever reason. But obviously we've got to move on as a football club and staff and players, which we will do, starting with tomorrow's game.
In terms of where we are at the minute, Danny, in terms of like league position, how would you begin to explain where we are and why things maybe haven't gone the way we would have wanted them to?
Well, it's hard to put a finger on one particular thing. A little bit of bad luck here and there, players not playing to the full potential. Now it's my job and Neil's job and the rest of the staff to try a few different things maybe and get the players playing.
Exactly. I mean, you and Neil both now have the task of managing the first team. I guess the question everyone wants to ask is, how do you plan to improve our form and lift us up the league table?
Well, the proof's in the pudding really, isn't it? In the results, starting tomorrow, and hopefully we can get a positive result and take that into Friday's game, which is far more important than tomorrow night. But obviously it's a game of football tomorrow that we'll go there to win. I've got a few ideas what we might need to look to do. Neil's got a few other ideas, and we'll throw them together and hopefully get us a positive result to take into Friday's game.
In terms of tomorrow's trip to Accrington, Danny, will you experiment ahead of the Tranmere game in terms of lineups, formations, or is it a case of just injecting some belief into the lads? Yeah,
a bit of both really. Injecting belief, giving them confidence, and they've got to be brave on the ball at times, which I don't think we've been as good as we should have been. So we'll give them points and get it over to them how we want them to play. Going into Friday's game, I don't think there'll be much difference between tomorrow's team and Friday's team. We'll be going there with a positive attitude and looking to get a good result.
With the transfer window now shut, Danny, we pretty much have what we have in terms of players. Do you still believe that the squad has it takes to turn the situation around?
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, with a few new ideas on my behalf, getting them ideas into the players' heads and just trying to change the mentality a little bit. I know Neil's got a few ideas as well that we're gonna throw out there and try and turn the corner and get some results.
Yourself and Neil obviously are both highly respected figures at the Moss Rose. How much will that be a positive factor over the coming weeks in terms of galvanising the whole club for the fight ahead?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, obviously the fans know I love the club massively, just as well as Neil does. We've got great affinity with the club, and you know we'll be giving it our all to change results.